Srimati Supriya Sulaji.
Ma'am, I stand here slightly confused, I must say, because I am a lawyer. Would you mind if I stood up?
Close to the mic, please.
Yeah, thank you. I stand here slightly confused. As Professor Roy said, he's not a lawyer and we are surrounded by such able lawyers around us. So I would just like to ask a couple of questions, and actually Pinaki Mishra ji and Mehtab ji have left very little for us to say. I would like to repeat what, during introduction you had said something. So I think that the most important point of concern that he has raised is why 2015? Why have we come? When we are looking at it retrospectively, which even Pinaki Mishra ji said, is there a reason why we have it? It's sort of sounding really strange. That is it made for a reason, and why cut off then not 13, 14, 16, 17? And normally the whole idea, I mean, this government keeps talking about ease of doing business. So you have to make progressive legislation. So this word retrospective sort of takes you back to the past. So why are we looking at that? And what Pinaki ji said is absolutely right. What we discussed is remembering Shri late Arun Jaitley ji. He sort of gave the economy and people of India such confidence during his tenure, saying that they're really here to make a difference. Maybe things were right or wrong. I'm not going to get into judging what happened in the past. Let's leave that and let history judge that. But do we really need to do this? And unfortunately, what has happened, we've made a lot of changes over the last. We've always supported this. If you're bringing in some good progressive legislation, whether you brought it or we brought it, it doesn't matter. It's in the larger interest of the nation. So why are you constantly bringing this changes all the time? And they're ad hocly brought. I mean, sometimes I really worry that what is really Parliament's role? I mean, retrospective is a big thing, but what I really feel as a member of Parliament, I would like to bring 2-3 things to your notice. I don't want to get into section 34 and 36. I think all of you all have mentioned it extensively. As a member of Parliament, I would just like to bring one thing to everybody's notice and to this August House and to all the, I think we should all put our minds together, and there are so many very wise people here and the larger wisdom of this group, is Article 121 of the Constitution, Article 122 of the Constitution, and Article 368 of the Constitution. Yesterday, if you remember, ma'am, that Sri Premchandra ji also raised it, that constantly we unfortunately see a conflict between Parliament and the courts. And I think Parliament's entire role is about making good progressive legislation. We don't have to be at war with the Supreme Court. So sometimes we do make changes, then it's struck down at the honorable court's level. So really, where does it leave our credibility? So I think we all need to put, and I would urge this House, it's a lot of wisdom in this room. So I really would like to ask the Honorable Law Minister of India that what is his thinking, because it clearly says that courts have not to inquire into proceedings of Parliament, the validity of proceedings, you know all these laws. So I really want to know why every time we are making some rules, there are very small changes being made. Do we really need to bring ordinances for such small changes? Then the court has a view on it. So somebody like me who's really not a law and expert, I'm really at loss. And Government of Maharashtra, I would definitely like to quote this. This is in 2016. With the permission, I would like to quote that the Government of Maharashtra has had a Maharashtra arbitration policy. All state governments contract with a value of over 5 crores shall contain an arbitration clause. And in simpler words, to explain it, that the government agencies such as MADA, MMRDA, which make large infrastructure contracts, it's going to become much easier for both the sides to arbitrate. And what it says is such proceeding. Earlier in the case of dispute, the government agencies used to appoint its own officials and former officials to arbitrate, a practice that was criticized by both domestic and foreign investors. Such proceedings stretched for years and final awards were eventually challenged in court by the investors. So we now have an independent international arbitrary institution and a government that is willing to adhere to it. We are now on par with London and Singapore, where we say that if a dispute will arise, the institution appoints a neutral arbitrator that will be fixed and a fee schedule and a fixed timeline for the resolution. This is the government of Maharashtra's line. This was done in 2016. We were not in power. So this is something good the past has done. And I think governance is about continuity. So something good that has happened, we must flag it. So I really feel that this government, even in the budget, has talked about a lot of very good infrastructure projects coming. If we really have to continue all this, so it's very, very important that if we are going to make so much investment in our infrastructure projects, I would like to quote Shri Gadkari ji also. He says a lot of good projects get held up because things are stuck in arbitration, then they go to court, they get a stay. It's like a rigmarole. You're chasing your own tail and nothing really comes out of it. It happens in national highways. It happens in many infrastructure projects. So if we are really committed to such large infrastructure projects, it's very important that we have a very good, healthy arbitration system and not make those several changes and give confidence. You keep claiming that in ease of doing business, government has really gone up in the ladder, which is a very good thing if it's a factual situation. So I humbly request the government that please clarify to us why 2015, why it sounds a little bit strange and odd. I wouldn't say the word fishy because we are in parliament, but I think we really need to introspect why that. And second, a very good and a robust system where everybody's interests are protected in the larger interest of the nation. Thank you.